Mrs. Oliver here. I'm going to practice some comprehension with you on your floppy story on pages 36 through 39. The story is called The Talent Show. This is Unit 1, Week 2. The genre of our story is realistic fiction, which means that it is a made-up story with made-up characters. However, the things and events that happen could really happen in real life. For example, our two main characters, Tina and Mara, have a talent show coming up at their school. Those are things that could really happen to two best friends. We're introduced to our two friends, and Tina seems to be a little bit bossy. She kind of takes over and wants to do an act together with her friend Mara. Mara is a little too shy to stand up for herself. What she would really like to do is the juggling act by herself, but she's afraid to speak up. After getting a little bit of advice from her grandmother, she decides to stick up for herself, and her friend do two separate acts so they both get to do the talent that they wanted to show. The comprehension strategy is making predictions. So I made the prediction by some of the text evidence listed about Tina that she is bossy. And I'm going to read this section to you from the text where I found some evidence to support my prediction. I hesitated for a second before continuing. I've got an idea, and Tina interrupted me. Yeah, me too. Let's talk at lunch. During math, I tried to think of how I would tell Tina that I wanted to do my own act. After all, we are best friends. We should be able to see eye to eye on this. The problem is that Tina always takes charge and I don't speak up. So I think because Tina interrupts her friend, and then also her friend mentions that she always takes charge, lets me know that this character is kind of bossy. The comprehension skill is problem and solution, and we need to think about the text as a whole. So let's start by identifying some of the main elements of our story. Our main character's name is Mara, and the setting takes place at Mara and Tina's school. If we wanted to be specific, we could talk about them being on the playground, we could talk about them being in the lunchroom. And the problem is that Mara does not want to do a talent show act with Tina. So at first, Mara stays quiet and lets Tina take over the plan. But the more Mara thinks about it, the more she decides it's really not what she wants. So she ends up talking to her grandmother about it. Mara talks to Grandma, and she encourages her to tell the truth. There's a little bit of detail where Mara has to take 12 breaths. She has to work up the courage to call her friend. But the solution to the problem is that she calls Tina and tells her she will juggle on her own. So problem is that she does not want to work with Tina. Solution, she calls Tina and tells her she will do the juggling act on her own. I hope this helped you understand your story a little bit more, and I will see you next week. Bye.